Hey guys, welcome back to video lesson number 5. Today we're going to talk about controlling thought frequency. That's right, controlling thought frequency. Now I'm sure a lot of you are troubled about how do you really control your thoughts and how do you really stop some of your thoughts, how do you really start some new thoughts, because a lot of law of attraction depends on stopping negative frequency by stopping negative thoughts, because all thoughts are frequency, remember? And a lot of law of attraction works on starting positive thoughts, because all thoughts are frequency. But when we're trying to create positive thoughts, what happens is the negative thoughts are dominating us all the time. So it's critical that we stop the negative thoughts before we start positive thoughts. Now, how do you really do that? There are going to be 2 important points which I have been talking about since the beginning of this law of attraction lesson. I'm going to talk about those 2 points first, because that's the foundation of the entire law of attraction, right? But even before that, here's a very critical question. Do you know what I'm going to ask you? You better know what I'm going to ask you. My question is simple, guys. Did you do your law of attraction today? Did you do your manifestation today? Did you do your visualization today? Did you do your affirmations today? Did you do your gratitude technique today? Did you write down your affirmations? Did you listen to your affirmations? I don't know what you did. Any of these techniques are fine, but it's very, very, very important that you do your affirmations, you do your visualizations every single day of your life. Otherwise, law of attraction will not work for you, right? So if you've not done it today, stop this video. I really mean it. Stop it now, pause it now, stop it now, and do your visualization, your affirmations now, then come back to this video, okay? So let's start with today's video on controlling thought frequency. Like I said, there are 2 critical things which are critical whenever we're talking about law of attraction. That's the foundation of law of attraction. What is a foundation? A building stands on a foundation, right? If the foundation is weak, the building is not going to stand. Similarly, law of attraction lessons have a foundation. 2 important lessons over here in that foundation is the first one being responsibility. Responsibility. We have to take responsibility for what we think and what we feel, because all our actions are going to come from our thoughts and our feelings. If you don't take responsibility for your thoughts and your feelings, it's not going to work out for you. But the problem in the world is right now, if you tell people you're responsible for what's going on in your life, people take it negatively, because the association of responsibility is negative. For an example, if I give you a compliment and I say, you're very beautiful, do you take it negatively? No, because you associate the statement that you're very beautiful as a positive statement, right? But when someone tells you you're responsible for the things that happened around you right now, you take it negatively. Why? But that's because you believe taking responsibility is bad. Because all our life, we've grown up believing that responsibility means blame. It doesn't have to be blame. Responsibility equals power for me. So whenever someone tells me that I'm responsible for what happened around me, for me the word responsibility means I am in charge. That's right, I'm in charge of what happened. Whether it's positive, whether it's negative, I'm in charge. And I should feel good about being in charge, right? Or another word is I am in control. You know? Controlling thought frequency. If I'm in control, only then I can change something. So whenever someone tells me I'm responsible for what's going on wrong in my life, I feel good. In fact, I'm a little more nervous when someone tells me somebody else is responsible for what's going on in my life, because if someone else is responsible, then I have to control them, which is more difficult, right? But if I have to control myself, that's easier. So whenever someone tells you you're responsible for what's going on in your life, you're responsible for whatever wrong is happening around you, you should feel good about that. So get used to the statement, I'm responsible for what I think. I'm responsible for what I feel. I'm responsible for my actions. I'm responsible for whatever is happening in my life right now. Like there was this person I was talking to yesterday, and I was coaching her, and she said that, you know, my friend calls me and he says that the reason your business is not doing well, because you're not taking responsibility, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do to get your business moving. And she said, hey, I tell my employees to work. If they don't work, what can I do? I'm not supposed to follow up with my employees. I'm not supposed to keep checking whether they've done it or not done it. That's why I've kept them. If they're not going to do it, and every time if I have to follow them, why am I paying them a salary? I mean, then I would have just rather done it myself. Is that right? No, that's not right. Because responsibility is not simply giving something. Responsibility is making sure it happens. So if my employees are not doing properly things, who's responsible for that? I am, because whose employees are those? My employees. By the way, whose business is it? My employee's business or my business? My business. So I'm responsible ultimately for the failure and the success of the business. And there's no point shouting on the employee. I have to figure out a way to find out ways of training, influencing my employees to get things done. Every time they don't listen to me, I have to ask myself, how am I responsible? What did I do that didn't create results? What can I do new which can create results? I repeat this. What did I do that didn't create results? What new can I do that can create results now? Now, the reason you don't ask these questions because these are responsibility questions. And in our mind, we feel that they're responsible for whatever wrong happened. To give you one last example now. There was this one guy, 3 days ago, I think, he's my dhobi wala, the guy who takes my laundry. There's a company called mustache.com. They take laundry at home or from home. So this guy came and he took the laundry and he was all wet. It was raining that day. He was drenched in rain. And he said, sir, if you don't mind, can I ask a favor? I said, sure, what happened? So he said, sir, I need 350 rupees because my bike has broken down and I need to repair my bike. So I need money, please. So I said, okay, don't worry, I'll give it to you. But do you promise to give it back? He said, yes, I promise to give it back. Next visit I come, I'll give you money again. I said, okay, done. I didn't have change 350 rupees, so I gave him 500 rupees. Now, 3 days later, he hasn't come back. So I called up the company and the company said that they fired him. He's left the job. I tried calling up his mobile. This is the story exactly before I made this video, by the way. So I called up his mobile and his mobile is off. Now, what's the thought going on in my mind? I shouldn't have helped, right? No, that's wrong. Listen, I've decided one thing in my life. How do you know whether someone is trustworthy or not trustworthy? Even that day when I gave the money, Indu said, your money may go. I said, that's okay. But the first time I'm going to trust because I'm a trustworthy guy. I'm going to trust first time. Second time this guy comes back to me, am I going to give him money? No, I'll not trust him the second time. By the way, if someone else comes and asks for money now, should I help? Well, that's up to me. I will trust that person the first time. The second time, I will not trust that person. But is this theory enough to live a practical life? I don't think so. The question I have to ask myself is, how am I responsible for this guy cheating me? And what can I do in the future to take responsibility that people don't cheat me next time? Because even if it is the first time people cheating me, if there are 100 people cheating me only for the first time, I'm going to lose a lot of money, right? So I can't allow that. So how do you take responsibility? The first thing you do is you do not blame, because in responsibility, you don't blame. So there's no point thinking about this guy and blaming and criticizing him, because then the moment I get into blame game, I'm going to make all the thoughts which are blame thoughts, not responsibility thoughts. So the first question I asked myself is, why did this guy cheat me? What did I do which could have avoided the cheating and I didn't do that? And I realized I blindly trusted him and I just gave him the money. So I decided, learning from that experience, that now onwards, it's not that I will not help. I will help. But this time when I help the person, I will first call up the company where he's come from. I will speak to his boss and say, this guy is asking for some help. He's broken down. If you don't mind, can I help him? And if I help him, do you take responsibility? And if the company says yes, I'll help him. The boss can talk to him and I can help him. And I can tell the company that the next visit he comes with with my clothes for the dhobi, he has to cut the money from the bill that I am paying to you. And if the boss says fine, I'll help him. You see what I'm doing? I am not stopping my helping nature, but I'm improving my helping nature in a way. I'm taking responsibility in a way that nobody cheats me next time. Does that make sense to you? So stop blaming people if you want to think like me. You have to think responsibility. Ask yourself, what did I do that didn't work? What will I do now that will work next time? That's how you take responsibility. That's the first foundation. You don't take responsibility, you can't control your thoughts. The second step is the most important one. Your body. That's right, your body. Now, when I say body, what do I mean by body? I've been saying since the beginning of this course, even when I spoke about feelings, that our thoughts, our feelings are controlled by our body. Seriously. Like, if I'm going to stand loose right now, right? Do you really think my mind will support me to come up with genius thoughts? No, that's why I'm standing straight, right? When I'm smiling, I'm comfortable, I'm confident. But if I'm, what was I saying? If I'm going to use this body language, I'm going to get nervous, right? So that is why you have to practice a comfortable, confident body language. Your body language controls your thoughts. It controls your feelings. Your physiology controls your feelings. Condition your body to take control of your thoughts. Whenever you're feeling negative, whenever you're thinking negative, first correct your body posture. For an example, if you're sad, what's going to be a body language? Are the expressions going to be tight or loose? Loose. Is the breathing going to be strong or slow? Slow. Your facial expressions are going to be dynamic, moving, or stable? Stable. You see, when I follow all these body language examples, then it's easy for me to get sad. But If I'm smiling, like I'm smiling at you right now, come on, smile with me. Oh, come on, smile with me. Now, as you're smiling with me, is it really possible to feel sad? No, because you can't smile and get sad at the same time. So you have to control your body to control your thoughts. Next time something's going wrong in your life and your thoughts are going wrong, first thing you do is you interrupt your thoughts by using a better body language. What body language? Any body language which is better than the thoughts you have right now. So if you're angry, you're angry, okay? Suddenly, do this. I've shown you this in my earlier videos of creating feelings frequency. You remember that? So the moment you do this, it's suddenly not possible to be angry at that point of time, right? So interrupt your thoughts by using interruption in your body language. Change your body language. These two foundations you always have to remember whenever you change your feelings, your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. Okay? Now, let's learn something new which you can use to control your thoughts. Now, this is very, very important. If you use this every day in your life, you will become a master of not only stopping thoughts, but also starting new thoughts in your life. Okay? There are 3 steps here. Step number 1, awareness. Start being aware. Start being aware of your thoughts. During the day, whenever you're feeling negative, ask yourself this question. What am I thinking that's creating this feeling? What am I thinking that's generating this frequency around me? What am I thinking that's creating these actions in my life? What am I thinking that's creating these life situations? So if you're feeling lazy, ask yourself, what am I thinking? Your thoughts are probably, छोड़ना यार अभी क्यों काम करना है? That's the thought. If you're angry, ask yourself, what am I thinking that's making me angry? Your thoughts are, why do people don't listen to me? That's the thought. If you're sad, ask yourself, what am I thinking that's making me sad? Why does this always happen with me? That's the thought, right? Everything in life happens with a thought. Feelings are not possible without thoughts, guys. Every feeling requires a thought, and you have to be aware of what those thoughts are, because if you're not aware, what can you not do? You cannot control your thoughts, right? You cannot control your thoughts if you are not aware of what you're thinking. It's as simple as that. So first point, from today onwards, the whole day today, in fact, I would say, starting today, ask yourself this question. What am I thinking? What is creating this feeling? What is creating this frequency? What's creating this attraction? What thought am I thinking which is creating these life situations in my life? Write down these thoughts. Write down these thoughts. Capture these thoughts every single time. Okay? Second question, or second point. It's actually a question. That's right. Question. Question your thoughts. I mean it. Question your thoughts. You know, we never question our thoughts. How do you have your thoughts today? Years and years of practice. Years and years of programming. Years and years of conditioning. 90% of our thoughts have become our beliefs. So we keep thinking them on autopilot. So question your thoughts. If I'm feeling sad, I'll give you a simple example of how I use this. Yesterday, there was a little conflict between me and Indu, my wife. You know her, right? She's the author of the book Law of Attraction with me. She's also the co-author of this program. She's creating all this design while I'm talking to you. So Indu and I had a conflict yesterday. We had a small fight. And in that fight, I was feeling very sad. It wasn't really a fight also, because nowadays, because we are taking responsibility all the time, it's become difficult for us to even fight, because 99% of the time we tell ourselves, I'm responsible for what I'm thinking. So it's very difficult for me to fight with her now. But I was sad about something. I was sad about something she was not doing for me. And when I was sad for about 5-10 minutes. And I was thinking about today's video, incidentally. And I said, well, let's be aware. What am I thinking that's creating this sadness? And my thought was, why doesn't she do this for me? Why doesn't she do it? Am I not good enough? Do I not love her enough? Why can't I have this in my life? Now, the more I think these thoughts, who's responsible for creating sadness for me? I am. Now, you would say, but Mitesh, if she changes the way she does things, or if she does things which you want for her, which you want from her, you will stop feeling sad, right? No, because today it's this, tomorrow it's something else. So I always have to be in control of her to take care of my feelings and thoughts. That's not okay with me. I'm going to be in control of my thoughts. So if I'm going to be in control of my thoughts, who's going to be responsible for my thoughts? I am, guys. So I quickly remembered and asked myself this question, that what thought am I creating which is creating the sadness for me? I wrote down my thoughts, and then I did the second thing. I questioned my thoughts. Here's another way of looking at it. You ask yourself specifically, Doubt, doubtful questions about your thoughts. And doubt your questions. You've never doubted your questions. You've never questioned your thoughts. So when I say in my mind that, why doesn't she do this for me? She's supposed to do this for me. She's my wife. Hey, who said your wife is supposed to cook food for you? Who said she's supposed to be doing this or that for you? Who said that? I know it's an assumption. I know it's a culture. But isn't it something which has been a programming, a conditioning all our lives? So why can't we question it? Especially if it's a thought that's not helping you. So I started asking myself this question. Why is she responsible to make you feel good? Why is she responsible to do that, to have a good life? Does she have to do that? What if she's not there tomorrow? What if she cannot do it at all? What if there's a disability problem and she just can't do it? All right? What if she can't make coffee the way you want to? What if it's not possible? Then what are you going to do? Well, most important question is, why does she have to do that for you to feel happy? Why does she have to? Why the responsibility is on her head? I am responsible for the way I feel. I am responsible for the way I think. So I'm going to change my thoughts. I choose to doubt this thought that I'm aware of right now. I choose to doubt it. I choose to doubt it. So your second step is always question and doubt your thoughts, which are the negative ones. That's how you stop them. Okay? And then comes the step which will help you not only stop your thoughts, but also create your thoughts. Choice. Yeah? Choose new thoughts right now. And when you're choosing new thoughts, you've got to be creative. When you're choosing new thoughts, you've got to be innovative. When you're choosing new thoughts, you've got to be new. What do I mean by that? You don't have to create thoughts which people have taught you. That's freedom. Believe me. I'm going to write that down here. That's freedom. Free. You're free after that. A person who is caged doesn't have freedom. If you're caged in your own thoughts, what's the point? Because somebody in the world taught you that your wife is supposed to do this, your dad is supposed to do this. I remember my dad didn't give me money for business many, many years ago. And for many years I hated him. But who was caged in that thought that my dad is supposed to give me money for my business, otherwise he's not a good dad, and then I'm going to feel negative and I'm going to feel bad and I'm going to hate him for that? Who's responsible for this thought? I am. Why? Because I don't question that thought anymore. I allow that thought. I live with that thought, and that thought creates that anger for me, and I live with that anger, and I allow that frequency to generate more negativity in my life, right? So my father's not really responsible for my life. He's not responsible for my business not starting. I'm responsible. And by the way, let's question that. Why is your father responsible to give you money? Because he's given you birth. So what? Isn't that good enough? He's given you life already. So I really started questioning and purposely doubting that thought that made me angry. My dad doesn't have to give me money. Why is he responsible for taking care of my career? The more I doubted it, I realized that, hey, it doesn't have to be like this. That thought is not permanent. It's only a what? It's just a thought. It's just a thought. So don't let your thoughts become permanent and control your life. Stop those thoughts by questioning those thoughts. Doubt those thoughts. Okay, but you can't doubt them if you're not aware of what they are. So write down what your negative thoughts are first. Then start doubting your thoughts. And then, third point, create a new choice. Be free. Get out of that cage. Make new thoughts. For an example, I am responsible for my business. My dad doesn't have to give me money. My dad is not supposed to give me money. Is that true? Maybe it's not true. Doesn't matter. Is it a powerful thought? Does it work for me? That's all that is important. Does it help me change my frequency? That's all that is important. Does it help me take control of my thoughts? That's all that's important. So be innovative and don't try to create thoughts which the world has taught you. Be new, be creative, be innovative. Create a thought that helps you. And you have to customize your solutions. You have to customize your thoughts for your life. So I have created and customized thoughts for my life, and I always write down my new thoughts. So keep a list of all your new thoughts so that you can continue believing them over a period of time, right? So one new thought you may have is that, why I don't need people to do what I need them to do to make me happy. Is that true? I don't know, but it's strong, it's powerful. I really don't need people to do what I think they need to do for me to feel happy. So here's another new thought. I can do anything I want to make myself happy. People don't have to. I can do anything I want to make myself happy. People don't have to, right? Now, here's another thought. If my wife can accept me the way I am, why can't I accept her the way I am? By the way, wives are amazing. Women are amazing. Mother, wife, sisters, these people are amazing. They accept us all the time. Why can't men accept them? We just have to accept them the way they are. Why do we have to change them all the time? So here's another thought. I love and accept my life partner the way she loves and accepts me. Isn't that a better thought? Isn't that creates a better control over your thoughts? And isn't that what creates a better frequency for you? Guys, believe me, that's what really matters. So remember these 3 steps. Step number 1, awareness. Step number 2, question your thoughts, doubt your thoughts, make them weak. Third step, create new thoughts. Be innovative. Right now, after you stop this video, I want you to do this. I want you to write a list of all your negative thoughts that you think on autopilot, that comes to you automatically, and they trouble you all the time, don't they? So before you put a message to the Facebook group that says, Mitesh, I have this negative thought, what do I do? Guys, first step, be aware of that thought. Take a notepad, write down a list of those negative thoughts. That's awareness. That's awareness. So whenever you put that question to me, I'm very happy. I'll tell you why I'm very happy. At least you have awareness of what negative thoughts you're going through. So step 1, create awareness of your old negative thoughts. Point number 2, start doubting them. Now this is where I want you to take help of me and the Facebook group members. There are about more than 200 group members over there. I want you to put your negative thought there and ask people to ask questions that will doubt this thought, that will make this thought weak, that will make you stop believing in this thought. All right? So, but the best is create your own questions, create your own doubtful questions about this thought. Really sit at one place and really ask yourself, is this really true? I mean, really, does my boss have to talk to me nicely for me to feel good? If you believe that, you're in a cage. You're in a cage completely. You're done for life. Because now you have to control your boss's way of talking to feel good in life. इससे बड़ा केज क्या हो सकता है? इससे बड़ी सजा क्या हो सकती है? There cannot be a punishment bigger than this, right, guys? So stop having those stupid, negative, cage kind of thoughts and get free. Create awareness first. Ask yourself negative questions, doubtful questions that can help you doubt these thoughts, these negative thoughts, and then create new thoughts. My boss can do what he wants to do. My boss can talk to me the way he wants to talk to me. It doesn't affect me. Now, you'd say, but is that good? Hey, does it help you? Sure, it's good. Any thought that makes you powerful is good. So don't think in terms of good thoughts or bad thoughts, positive thoughts or negative thoughts. Think in terms of thoughts that give you power, thoughts that give you control. As far as that thought helps you in life, use it. As far as that thought helps you and helps everybody around you, it's not only powerful, now that thought is positive as well. Because the reason I'm clarifying this is because sometimes when we're creating these thoughts, we get too selfish and we create thoughts that only help us, that only make us feel powerful. And probably sometimes they start troubling people around you. That's a negative thought. But a thought which helps you and helps everybody around you is a noble thought. It's a positive thought. So that's how you check if the thought is positive. But the most important sign is the thought helping you to create a better frequency in your life? Okay, guys? So that's it for today. Please, after you stop this video, create a list of your negative thoughts. Get aware about them. One by one, start asking, why is this true? Does it have to be true? Use the Facebook group. Ask me. Ask the members. This is my thought. Is it really true? Does it have to be true? And people will bombard you with points about why it's not true. Okay? So, second point, ask questions. Doubt your negative thoughts. And point 3, very important. Be the creator of your life, guys. Be the creator of your thoughts. Be the creator of your own frequency. And everything will come in your control. Not everything, but 90% of things will come in your control. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye. And create your negative list of negative thoughts now. Bye, guys.